Hey YouTube, James Brennan here with JB Hobby and Lifestyle Reviews. Today is going to be a follow-up video to my previous video, which was a tutorial on how to throw darts for beginners. And I just want to give you a little bit more of an in-depth look at the darts that I was using and the board that I was using. And I'm also going to show you the previous equipment that I was using, just to show you how much of an upgrade that these new additions have really been. So the overall dart setup that I was using in the video was a barrel end from Red Dragon. The model is the Pegasus. I was using a stem from Harrows. The model is their Carbon Plus. And then I was using a flight from Windmill. The model is Rhino Long Life. Firstly, with the actual barrel end, I went with the Pegasus model because they advertise as having 80% tungsten in the overall makeup of the barrel. And that gives you really good durability and good weight to the proportion of size. So that's kind of the reason that I went for that dart, and I've been really impressed with the way that this dart has performed. This is a 26 gram weight barrel just on its own. Now, the stems that came with the Red Dragon barrel sort of let it down. They were plastic stems and they weren't bad. Like when they first came, the darts flew absolutely awesome, but over time, like the plastic stems would sort of break. I was having the same sort of issues where the darts would hit the back, they would split down the center, and then you're having all kinds of issues after that, and you're having to replace them. So I upgraded the actual stem from what I got with the Red Dragon barrel, and I went with one from Harrows, and I went with their Carbon Plus, and I've been super amped on these since I've got them. A couple of things with carbon fiber is it's nice and light, so it's not going to interfere with the balance of weight with the actual dart, and it's nice and stiff, so there's a really good connection between the barrel end and the flight. It just kind of keeps everything locked tight after you've left your hand. And also the finish on the end, that was one of the reasons I kind of liked and went with these, because not only does it give you like a really nice tight fit to the flight because it's machined really precise, but when a dart hits the back of this, like there's no give to that. And so you're not going to experience the same sort of durability issues as you would with a plastic stem. So super excited about this little piece of sort of equipment that has really sort of enhanced the overall experience and longevity of your dart set. It's really, really worthwhile. The flight's pretty generic. There's nothing too fancy about it. The actual flight itself seems to have stood up quite well. There's a little burring on the end where the darts have hit. But I may actually upgrade these flights to something different. Maybe there's something out there that maybe even you could maybe give us a comment down below if you've tried a flight before that's worked out really well for you. Maybe there's some unique different materials that maybe I could take a closer look at, so we'd really appreciate that. Now I'll show you the darts that I had upgraded from, and you'll see the night and day. So overall I was using this for a period of time on the right here, and really you can see the difference in the width of the actual barrel. This dart, believe it or not, is 22 grams, and the barrel end on this is 26 grams. You know, so even just from an overall appearance, you can see a huge difference, you know, already. Now, just a standard plastic stem that has done the infamous split down the center, and you know, really doesn't hold on to the flight, so really is, you know, sort of rendered useless. But yeah, absolutely stoked with the setup that I'm now using, and would recommend, you know, definitely the stem, like absolutely night and day, you know, making a huge difference there. So after upgrading my dart set extensively, I wanted to extend this upgrade to the actual dartboard, and the primary reason for this was because I was experiencing a lot of bounce outs with the darts that I was throwing on my older board, even with the new set, you know. So the board that I was using in the video is this particular one here. The brand is Windmill, and the model is the Blade 5. And the reason that I went for this particular board was because of the actual wiring. Now the wiring is extremely thin, and can kind of tell why they call it the blade, you know, because it does kind of come across like that, and that kind of gives you obviously a benefit where you're not going to be hitting the wire square on, so you're not going to be experiencing as many bounce outs. You know, it may still happen, and also because of the wiring, you end up with a little bit more surface area in the scoring areas, you know, which is kind of like a really nice benefit to actually having this really nicely manufactured thin blade material that they use. Now on the back of the board, they have what they call these rotor lock wheels, and that was kind of another reason that I went for this particular board, because the setup I have at home, I have quite an uneven surface, and so these rotor lock wheels allow me to have a height adjustability to soak up any uneven surface. So setup on this board was super quick, and I was able to get like a nice flat finish, and also really lock the board in, you know, so once you've got it centralized, when you hit the board, it's not going to move around, or it's not going to come off center. And so overall, front to back, I've just been extremely impressed with the board that I upgraded to. Now I will show you the dartboard that I was using previously, just to give you like a reference point. And this is the dinosaur that I was using. It is, you know, super retro. It's an old tournament style board, so it looks cool, but you can see, you know, that right in the areas where you've got your bullseye, in and around the trebles, there's a lot of hardware there, and more often than not, when you're starting to really zone in on an area, especially like the trebles, you experience so many bounce outs, you're losing points, you know, you're breaking equipment and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the main reason that I wanted to upgrade from this old dartboard. But even on the back, like I had a bit of a mare like trying to set this up at home, just because there's no adjustability on these little plastic lugs that give you a little bit of distance between the board and the actual wall. So once I had it set up, it was okay, but you know, over time, like you're throwing, you know, darts at the board, and there is a little bit of jolt through the board, and then it would kind of come off center a little bit, and so it was just kind of a bit of you know, a bit of a pain, you know, just to sort of live with long term, and that's kind of another main reason that I had wanted to do the upgrade. So yeah. So that concludes the end of today's video. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching, and that there's information in there that maybe is going to be helpful to you, and stuff that you can apply to your own game that's going to make some necessary changes that you're looking for. For me, you know, just changing the stem out, you know, made a drastic difference. So on the flip side though, if there's anything that maybe you feel I've overlooked, maybe there's some materials that you've got experience with that you want to share with me, leave me a little comment in the section below. That kind of feedback is awesome for me. I can take a look at that, and you know, maybe even benefit from taking a closer look at that. So I would really appreciate some comments back, some feedback on that particular aspect. If you did like today's video, please give us a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and share the video. You know, I would really appreciate it. It's a huge help to me. I'm going to be doing these videos in the coming weeks, so you know, I really hope that they are beneficial to you. And you know, if you can subscribe, it really makes all the difference. Also, we are doing Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, where we're going to be doing some videos there also as well, on a variety of different topics. You know, so if there's something maybe something different you're looking for, you know, maybe there's something on there that you might take an interest to, that's going to offer again some sort of benefit to you. So take a quick peek. Links are down below in the description, and you know, give us some feedback on there also as well. So yeah, until next time, we'll catch you later.